Okay. Go.
You wake up one day, you find out that Pokemon are around. You go to the professor, he gives you a starter. What do you choose? You could choose Teddy Ursa. It evolves into Ursaring and then Nick. Or you could choose Cubchoo, which evolves into Beartick. And then Forest, it's a Pokebear. So you're gonna go around critiquing the children's show. And then talk about Pokemon and Chotaro. Oh, thank you. You like that one?
That was a pretty good one. Yeah,
okay,
that's pretty good.
I might play around.
You're
with that
not
one.
gonna remember it.
I'm gonna remember the gist.
Hello, we're the Pokebears.
I'm
We're
Nick.
back again, and I'm Forrest.
And we are back again.
Yes.
That is
Unless this is your first time ever listening to one of our shows, in which case we are here for the first time.
Starting with episode 14.
Yeah, it's very strange. I'm glad you're
Go
keeping
to
up with
episode 1.
I'm glad you're keeping up with what episode number we're on.
I mean, the last one was 13, so
Yeah.
this one consequently should be 14.
Let's just skip and go right to this is episode 17.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kidding.
The audience who's like watching the episodes with the podcast would be like, "Wait a minute."
Where's episodes 14 through 16? Alright, welcome to another episode. So today we did Bulbasaur's Mysterious Garden and 3 other episodes, but we're going to start with that episode. Episode number 53.
The garden that is mysterious, that belongs to Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur's Mysterious Garden.
I like my title better.
That's a terrible title. No one would watch a show with the title of an episode like that.
I would.
And you're a terrible person.
Comment if you would too.
This episode gets started off right away with a Pokemon battle.
Which is like
For a
the
change.
first time ever.
I know.
And we got like this hiker equivalent. I can assume looks like a hiker. He uses a Rhyhorn and he's got like a big burly beard.
And that Rhyhorn's on like a super high level, and Bulbasaur is like, shit, I can't do anything to this Rhyhorn.
Oh, by the way, good job, Ash. You finally sent out Bulbasaur for a type appropriate battle.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't send out Charizard. Probably only because he doesn't listen to him.
Probably not. Yeah, Charizard's
Or
probably a good
Pidgeotto.
guy for the big battles. Pidgeotto would make more sense.
For him to use.
Actually, Ash like never uses Pidgeotto except for like trick moves.
Yeah, well, for like more like practical purposes.
Yeah,
'Cause
not for battles anymore.
Because Pidgeotto sucks. It's only at like level 3.
Which should
Or
be
fourth
theoretically
thing.
impossible.
Yeah. Okay, so Bulbasaur, then he's like, alright, Bulbasaur's like, I don't want to lose. I am going to be like the best Bulbasaur I can be.
I will use Vine Whip.
I will use Vine Whip. And he beats that Rhyhorn. Little victory celebration. This is Ash's 20th victory.
We should
in
give
the
him
anime.
a cake.
No. We can eat cake.
Okay, well, let's go to cake.
But even if Ash was a real person, I would not give him the cake.
Oh.
It took him 53 episodes to get to 20 victories. That's sad.
With, what, 6 gym battles and 10 of them being off screen?
Yep. So that's pretty sad.
Wow. So then after the Bulbasaur beats the Rhyhorn in like 2 moves, for type advantage, I'll give it to that.
For type advantage.
Bulbasaur's bulb starts to glow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's obviously a bad thing, because that shouldn't be happening. So everyone's concerned with that, because it's not evolution at all. And so they go to a Pokemon Center, and then Nurse Joy's like, no, it's evolution.
Yeah.
Look at the flowers. Bulbasaur's making them do that. It's
Yeah.
a part poison. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is, because of the grass type, you know.
Therefore, Bulbasaur is one with nature. Well, back then, like, only Tangela was the only non poison grass type. I think.
Paris and Execute.
Okay, so it was the only pure type grass type. Execute hypnotizes people in Paris, like, is a freaking parasite. So you do what you can with what you have.
It just would have been more believing in a Chikorita's Mysterious Garden.
That is true.
Or a Bulbasaur's Mysterious Swamp.
That is true too. It really could have been like a little swamp, especially since like Bulbasaur is supposed to be like a frog dinosaur.
Bulbasaur's Mysterious Bogland.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be adorable. It would also be good because like I thought the animation in this one was really good. So even seeing like a swamp animation would be pretty
badass.
good. Yeah, it would look pretty cool.
But nah, it's a garden because they're generic and.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So after After they get told that Bulbasaur is just evolving, they get into this into the lore of the Bulbasaur family, which I guess is that Bulbasaur have to go to where they were captured in, or where they were.
I thought it was just like they go to this very specific
place.
Which must suck. Like, if you got a Bulbasaur in Kalos,
yeah,
do you have to go all the way to Kanto in order to let your Bulbasaur evolve?
Or in Alola.
Well, Alola is closer to Kanto.
That's true, but you still have to like get a freaking boat.
That's true, but I don't think you can get Bulbasaur in Alola anyway.
Oh, how sad. But like if you took it from Kanto and you went to another region, and it's like I gotta evolve, you'd be like, I gotta go all the way back.
Gotcha, like if you.
I better buy that Bulbasaur. Better buy me a plane ticket. This is some.
And then Bulbasaur says, "I'm a Pokemon. I can't have money." And then you say, "Pokemon don't talk." And then Meowth says, "Hi." And you say, "Meowth, you don't exist."
And then Slowking says, "Hello." And we say, "Shut up, Slowking. You haven't been introduced yet." And Lapras says, "Hello."
And then we say, "Lapras, you're using telepathy. That doesn't count. And leave."
And Mewtwo says, "Hello, everybody."
Same thing with Lapras, Mewtwo. Also, you're a legendary Pokemon. So, like, get out. Man, that was a lot of Pokemon that just showed up now.
Yeah, that was. So you go outside, like, all the flowers are blooming. It's actually a really pretty scene, I thought.
And,
these Bulbasaur come up, and they steal Bulbasaur. They kidnap him.
Oh, well, hold on. We're, like, skipping, like, a crucial part of this. Yeah. So, the flowers are blooming, and then Ash and Crew say, "That's cool. Let's go to bed." They go to bed. Bulbasaur wakes up in the middle of the night, leaves. Pikachu sees Bulbasaur leaving, leaves, and then they have a conversation.
They do.
In Pokemon.
Completely in Pokemon speak.
And this is when I realized that Bulbasaur has a really ugly voice.
Bulbasaur.
Like, I can only handle so much Bulbasaur. I'm used to it only saying 1 or 2 words at a time.
Yep. It was dumb.
No subtitles, too,
nope.
Which was great.
It's just... It's funny because, like, we still have the subtitles on, and the subtitles just gave up halfway through their conversation. Because they start off with the subtitles saying, like, Pika, Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur. Halfway through, it just goes gibberish.
And then it stops for the next minute.
And they just keep having a conversation. And you have no idea what they're saying because the animation of the characters isn't quite good enough to get, like, a conversation out of it. Like, you can't really...
I would like to imagine it went like this. "Hey, Bulbasaur, are you excited about evolving?" "Gee, I don't know, Pikachu. I'm a little upset." "Well, why's that, Bulbasaur?" "You know, I don't really have any valid reason to be. I just am, I guess. I guess I don't like the idea of growing up." "Well, neither do I, but that's because I have to use radiation from electric rock in order to evolve, and I can't learn any more moves. Whereas you, Bulbasaur, you can keep growing and learn moves, and the bulb on your back will actually sprout, like, you know, like nature." And Bulbasaur's like, "But I'm still upset about it for no reason." And then Pikachu says, "Okay, Bulbasaur, I tried to help. F*** you." And then the Bulbasaur is kidnapped Bulbasaur.
And then the Bulbasaur's kidnapped Bulbasaur. And is it this part when Team Rocket first appears?
For like
a second, and then Bulbasaur whips him away. I'm like, did they just end the Team Rocket portion of the show already? Great, all right.
But don't worry, Forrest, they didn't.
I know. They just got my hopes up, which is worse. So they get to this little clearing, and all the Bulbasaur are there hanging out, and they do like a little Bulbasaur chant. But because like Bulbasaur does kind of have an ugly voice, it's nowhere near as pretty as like the Kangaskhan chant or the Pikachu chant.
So Pikachu's woken up Ash and Crew, telling them that Bulbasaur went away. And like a really cute Bulbasaur imitation.
Yeah, he does have
like,
a cute
imitation.
It was pretty good.
So then they all see the Bulbasaur after clearing a bunch of hedges and bushes and magical vines. Which Team Rocket comes back to, and then releases a whole bunch of puns.
Oh, God, yeah.
Which is hilarious.
No, they were annoying.
They're really
puns.
shaving off our bark.
We're going to have to cut these down?
We have an axe to grind with you.
Oh, they're going to access a question.
That's it, yeah.
No, they're going to access a question. Those puns were painful. Those puns were painful.
But they reached the limit where, like, if you can say this many puns in this quick of a time span, you get off. And in my book, they did. They were like, okay, Team Rocket, good job.
They reached enough puns where it became acceptable for you.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
You can either do, like, no puns at all, or 50 in 1 minute.
I think that's the Batman and Robin school of script writing.
Yeah. I would be a good Batman writer.
Alright, so they get to the bubbles, they do the chant, Venusaur comes out, and they don't really explain, like, his role, but outright, but they kind of imply it through, like, the animation and the
I assume it's like the president Bulbasaur.
Yeah, like he does something with his vines, and that seems to like okay their evolution, and then it allows them to evolve or something.
Might be that little bit of nature energy.
Exactly.
With them.
Or maybe he was like he is inspecting them, like, okay, you're a good Bulbasaur, you're a good Bulbasaur. F you, you're a good Bulbasaur.
No, but, like, he's trying to tell that Bulbasaur he's a good Bulbasaur, but the Bulbasaur is refusing evolution.
He is. He's backing away.
It's like a child who's about to go through puberty, realizes puberty is just about to start, and then says, no! And then, reverts that little chin hair back into his skin. That's what Ash's Bulbasaur is. It's a child that refuses to grow up.
Oh,
which is a little unhealthy, if you ask me.
It is actually. Have you noticed that, ironically, in the Pokemon anime, they really are anti-Pokemon evolving?
Yeah.
They, like, almost every time there's evolution, either that Pokemon turns into a different, like, has a different personality and, like, hates Ash or something,
mm-hmm.
or they just straight up don't want to evolve, or, like, they're afraid of it, or
they abandon it forever.
The only exception being Metapod and Butterfree, whom he abandons forever.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good point. So, yeah. They really don't like evolution for some reason.
They don't, and it's weird. Oh, and Missy Starmie. She never uses it.
Nope.
It's only Staryu.
Yeah. It's true. Wow. Maybe they're super duper conservative.
These Pokemon were creatively and designed.
They were designed by a creator, therefore they cannot change. It's not really. It's more of a
intellectual
metamorphosis.
Design. That's what it is.
These Pokemon had intellectual design, therefore they cannot change. You know, it's more of a metamorphosis, not really evolution. It's really a semantics thing. We just call it evolving.
No!
Simplicity.
We won't let them!
Okay. Fine. So Team Rocket shows up again for the second time in the episode. I was or I guess this was
the third time.
With like gotten around.
Suction thing.
Yeah, with like a giant hose.
With more puns.
Yeah, they'd love their puns in this one. It should have been, this sucks. No, what they actually say is,
this is a success.
This is a success. I'm like, oh, damn it.
And so it like pulls up all the Ivysaur. It even makes the Venusaur like.
Oh wait, I forgot.
A little bit.
I forgot. After the Ivysaur, like almost all of the Bulbasaur have evolved to Ivysaur.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Ash says, "This must be their evolution festival." Really, Ash?
Must it, Ash? I kind of thought it was like their Insane Clown Posse.
I thought this was their mating season. Like, it's their evolving festival. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I think so, Ash.
So anyway, Team Rocket sucks up all the Ivysaur into their little balloon with like an extra balloon on the side to hold them all in.
Yeah, it's a balloon holding a balloon.
Did they really explain why they suddenly wanted all the Ivysaur?
Because they're like evolved starter Pokemon. They're rare, so like
rarer.
Giovanni would appreciate them.
But then Bulbasaur is like, "Hey, stop it!" And they're like, we don't want that Bulbasaur. It sucks."
Despite the fact that somehow it's completely ignoring our giant vacuum cleaner and
like the only other Pokemon who can't get sucked up by the vacuum is Venusaur because I guess he's just heavy.
Venusaur even like lifts a leg.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Bulbasaur not at all.
Yeah, Bulbasaur not at all.
So
Bulbasaur uses like Razor Leaf to free all
and
the.
It fails.
No, he does.
No, Razor Leaf fails.
Does it?
Yeah.
How?
Because they're just suctioned up by the suction cleaner.
So then what?
Bulbasaur uses Solar Beam.
That's right. Holy crap! That's right. How can I forget?
And then it goes bulba. Like
that's not an exaggeration. That is what Bulbasaur says.
Like targeting computer for some reason.
And it's just like this massive beam of energy that destroys the balloon.
Akin to a solar beam.
Yeah. Because it happened to come... It happened to be dawn at this exact moment by happenstance.
It's a good time. Well, I mean, they do walk into towns every time there's a festival, so...
Yeah,
timing is on their side.
Ash is has been endowed with the divine gift of perfect timing.
Dialga is Ash's god.
That would make sense. Who would Misty's god be?
I don't know, like Giratina or Kyogre.
What would Brock's be?
Brock's would be Groudon or Xerneas.
Okay. One of the ones that don't do anything, maybe.
Or
so.
Lugia.
There you go. Alright, so Team Rocket blasts off for the second time in the same episode. And then Venusaur and Ivysaur kind of look at Bulbasaur and they go like, you know what? You're good just as you are. Good job, man.
By the way, can we talk about the fact that Ash withstood 2 heavy Vine Whips from a full-grown Venusaur?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Good job, Ash.
Ash.
Ash been lifting weights. It's pretty strong now.
I'd like to see Ash take off his vest and then it's just 2 giant
welts,
cantankerous welts on his shoulders.
And he just takes it
he can't lift his arms.
Well, he's used to being zapped by Pikachu. He maybe just doesn't have any nerve endings left.
Oh, that might be true.
Nick, how many Voltorbs did you give?
I give it 1.5.
Wow, really? Why?
It kind of this episode dragged for me.
Yeah.
After they got out of the Pokemon Center, it just slowed down. Maybe it's because they only stayed in the one location for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But, Bulbasaur doesn't want to evolve. But why doesn't it want to evolve?
Yeah.
It would make sense
true.
if,
because they don't really ever give Bulbasaur a reason. They're just he doesn't want to evolve because meh.
It's a Sprout.
Yeah.
That's the point of it. Bulbasaur of all Pokemon should want to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
I could believe Squirtle not wanting to evolve because it's I don't like the fact that I sprout fur all of a sudden and then all of a sudden lose it and get cannons instead.
Yeah, well, Bulbasaur, they at least set up the fact that Bulbasaur wants his battles to be won his way with the Rhyhorn in the very beginning, and then later on in the episode with Team Rocket, they actually kind of used Team Rocket to illustrate that point a little bit.
And when Ash first caught Bulbasaur?
Yeah. They kind of set him up to be the Pokemon that he wants to prove himself as he is. He doesn't want to change, and he doesn't want, I guess, he wants people to know that he, as a Bulbasaur, he is a worthy Pokemon. Yeah, I originally gave this one a little bit higher grade, but just talking about it, there's not a whole lot going on. There's no whole lot of meat to the story, especially with if they had maybe set up the stuff with Bulbasaur a little bit better. Given him a little bit more of a reason to not want to evolve, rather than just wanting to prove itself.
Saw a flashback of Bulbasaur's previous trainer, he had Ivysaurs, and they were all heads. Maybe Bulbasaur wouldn't want to be a head.
Yeah, something like that, and they don't even need to do a flashback, because they start to set it up in this episode. But again, they get so busy with the Team Rocket stuff that they never fully flesh out the rest of the characters. So
I don't know.
The other thing about this episode that I really liked was I really liked the animation in this one.
This episode did have good animation.
It did. It did. Especially in terms of the coloring and everything. I thought it looked really nice.
That solar beam was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's also probably the only story thing that happened in this episode.
Yeah.
Bulbasaur and solar beam.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's just not a whole lot else. I gave it 2.5 Voltorbs.
2.5? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did enjoy it, when I was watching it, but, afterward, now that, I'm trying to think back on it and everything that happened, and I'm just there wasn't enough going on for me to really make it stand out.
A 3?
Originally, yeah, I was thinking about giving it a 3, but...
Because
there were a lot of, there was just a lot of hang-ups aside from that, too. And it did move slow.
So you're saying... So you said earlier that Bulbasaur doesn't want to change, and that it wants to win on its own strength. Are you saying it's like Rhinox?
Rhinox?
Beast Wars. Hashtag Beast Wars. No, didn't watch Beast Wars. Okay.
I might have, but that would have been That would have been like 18 years ago, man. I don't remember.
He was the one Maximal who like did not change at all throughout the series.
I have a hard time remembering things that happened like 2 hours ago. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Like we just watched this episode and I'm like, what happened in it?
Obscure 20-year-old references.
Woo! Good job though. So that was overall that episode is just kind of at best meh, but you like straight up didn't like it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
It goes against like growing up to me.
Yeah. That kind of message in the anime is starting to get a little old with like no one wants to evolve because it changes them. Like that can be okay. Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah, it's one thing to say let's not race to grow up. Let's not rush to grow up.
But if growing up happens to us, let's just do it.
Yeah, like it honestly, it was Bulbasaur's time to evolve. It was his time. It was
stressing itself out
to not grow up. And that honestly, that could have been a much more interesting message, I think. If Bulbasaur had evolved into Ivysaur and then he had to
oh my god, that would be great. Like Bulbasaur doesn't want to evolve. It does evolve.
Yeah.
And then Ivysaur's like, oh, well, I guess I'm still me.
Yeah. Yeah, like he has to, he knows that he's still him, but now he has all these changes with his body that he has to deal with, or... Yeah,
Hashtag puberty.
Hashtag puberty. Like, it could have been such... Honestly, if he had evolved, it would have been a much more interesting episode. And not just because Ash would have had another evolved Pokemon, but because, like, storytelling-wise, it would have been more interesting.
And Ash would have had the Pokemon that the Pokemon trainer has in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
That's true, too. All right, are you done with this one? You got anything else for this one?
I'm done with this one. Yeah. I'm disappointed in you, Bulbasaur.
Yeah, I am, too. And Bulbasaur is one of my favorite ones of Ash's. All right, moving on to Princess versus Princess.
Now, for those who are watching these as we are, these aren't on Netflix, these next two.
Yeah. Not sure why.
I used YouTube for these two. I'm sure you can use other sites.
In a few podcast episodes, though, we're going to be out of Netflix episodes to watch it anyway. So.
And then we'll be using either YouTube or watch Cartoon Online.
Yeah. So that's how you'll keep up with us after this. All right, episode number 54, Princess versus Princess. Okay, so in Princess versus Princess, the whole idea is that this is a festival just for girls.
It's Girls' Day.
Yeah, pretty much just a girls' day.
So they go around shopping, ruin the economy with really, really good prices, and men have to like cater to their whims and hold bags and stuff.
I guess I kind of dig it. It seems like a pro-feminist holiday.
It does.
They do it in kind of a sexist way.
They do.
Because they even have like a beauty contest and everything's about a sale, but...
Sale and going on a date with a male celebrity.
Yeah. Oh, Misty didn't end up doing that.
She wasn't there for the celebrity. She was probably like... They were probably like, hey, so you want to go out with this Spanish Johnny Depp? And she was like, no, can you just give me the money that he would have spent on the date? And then they're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I would say.
That's how she shipped the doll collection over.
That makes sense. Spoiler, Nick.
I mean, they've watched the episode.
I know. Okay, so the first note I have on here is an exchange between Jesse and James, because Jesse and Misty are both like ecstatic that it's Princess Day or Girls' Day or whatever.
I think your first note.
Yeah.
My first note.
Oh, is it? I said because Jesse says today is a one day when you have to do everything I say, and James is like, how's that different from any other day of the year?
My note was thank you, James. Because, like, James was pointing out what I was thinking.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Jesse finds Lickitung.
Yeah, and Lickitung is adorable.
Oh, yeah, Lickitung is so cute.
Like, first I just liked its voice, and then it started doing stuff. I'm like, oh my god!
It has this long tongue that goes and just reaches that stuff. Lickitung. Lickitung. It's pretty cute. And it's cute. And Jesse just catches it just to shut it up, I think, because it was, like, trying to steal stuff from her.
All the food.
And she was like, F you, Lickitung, you're mine now. So now she has Lickitung.
Yeah.
So this episode does come before the Far-Fetched episode.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Continuity.
Yeah, even though Togepi isn't in that episode.
Yeah.
Continuity.
I mean, yeah, so it makes sense that this episode happens before the Far-Fetched episode because Togepi isn't in the Far-Fetched episode.
But Togepi is in this one.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, because I pointed out, where's Togepi? And then I remembered...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. So what's the... Okay, whatever. I don't care.
It's probably just like a broadcasting thing, originally.
It was probably the writers weren't paying attention to what the they were doing, and they were just like, ah, it's just da-da-da.
Probably not.
Where's Togepi? I don't know. 7's before that.
So those are the two trains of thought.
Yes. Misty and Jessie get into some kind of altercation inside of a department store where they both want the same item.
Oh, and then this giant lady says, "Oh, I'll take it," and then she does because she's giant and they don't want to be bullied.
Yep. And then Misty and Jessie are about to throw down the Pokemon battle, and then the lady's like, "Nope, this is mine." And then they were like, "Oh wait, there's like a tournament thing or like a princess like competition thing."
Because Dialga, the god of time, has blessed them again, once again, with perfect timing.
With perfect timing. So like, okay, so we'll just go to this here Pokemon competition
and settle it there.
And we'll settle it there. Misty's like, I only have water type Pokemon. I need a variety, or else I'm gonna get my butt kicked. So
you
would think that she would, since she is borrowing Pokemon from Ash and Brock, like she would be like, okay, can you hold on to Psyduck? Because Psyduck has a tendency to come out when I don't want it to.
And Ash would be like, that's a really good idea, Misty.
That's a really good idea, Misty, yeah. I mean, I love Psyduck. Psyduck is lovable, but, you know, if it came out at the wrong time, that could really mess you up in a tournament setting.
It would ruin your
chances.
Streak, yeah.
Yeah. But she doesn't do that because she's an idiot.
Yeah, no.
So she borrows Vulpix from Brock and
Bulbasaur and Pikachu
from Ash. And of course she has all of her water Pokemon.
So how come Misty, like, wants to be a water Pokemon trainer and yet doesn't, like, catch, like, a wider variety of water Pokemon? Like, all she has are 4, like, pure water types and a water psychic type.
I don't know.
Like, she tried to go for, like, well, the water Horsey could theoretically evolve into a water dragon.
She doesn't know that yet.
She doesn't know that yet. And
she could get, like, a Tentacool.
She could get a Tentacool.
Or
a Kabuto or an
Omanyte.
Now, granted, those are rare, so I'll let her not have those.
Lapras.
Lapras, too.
Seal,
yeah.
Yeah. She has options.
She has options. Shellder.
Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, who's just badass anyway, but, like, if she wants to be a water type, like, master, she should get either Lapras or Gyarados. Like, Jessie and Misty go to have the competition with, like, all the other women there, like, going into the competition. And at first they think that's just going to be, like, a beauty contest. But then the MC is like, no, man.
It's going to be a tournament. And
for some reason it can hear them from when they're having that conversation on stage.
Because it goes like, and it's a tournament. And then Misty and Jessie are like, wait, did you know this was a tournament? No, I didn't know this was a tournament. I thought it was just... That's right, ladies. It's a tournament.
Like answering them. It's like,
That's weird that you heard them from 500 feet away.
There are magical, like, sound magnification powers in the Pokemon anime. Have you noticed that? Like, that has happened before. In the Diglett episode, Jessie can hear their conversation from, like, way up on that peak.
But, like, people who, like, are also speaking loudly are not heard when they're trying to sneaking around.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like, there can only be one of these. You can't have both.
We both loved that MC, though.
Yeah, oh my god.
The MC was great.
He just turns into an Oddish.
He's like, you have to have the grace of an Oddish, and, like, he names 2 other Pokemon.
Like the Jigglypuff,
Jinx
and his face just turns into a Jigglypuff.
It's pretty great. He's pretty good at it. I don't know why he used an Oddish, a Jigglypuff, and a Jinx as, like, his examples. But... Because those are the Pokemon he can turn into, so he's got to go with what he can do.
They've got to have the grace of an Oddish. You know, they're really graceful.
You know them graceful Oddish? Yeah. So they go to have the tournament. Jessie wants to borrow Weezing from James.
And Meowth from Meowth.
And Meowth from Meowth. And they look at each other for, like, a solid, like, minute. Because Meowth is like, you need another Pokemon. Jessie's like, I have you. And Meowth is, like, putting it together in his head for, like, a minute.
And they, like, switch back and forth, getting closer and closer to their faces. And Jessie's face is just like, yeah.
Just, like, dead set serious.
Yeah.
And finally hits Meowth. Oh, yeah, I am a Pokemon.
So then she just throws Meowth against the Primeape.
Yep. Who destroys Meowth, cause duh. And then, how did she beat Primeape? I want to say it was Arbok.
Arbok beat Primeape. I wanted Ash so badly to be like, whoa, what's that Pokemon?
Ash, it was a Primeape. You used to have a Primeape. No, I didn't.
And then Brock just takes Charizard from Ash. And he's like, you've lost the right.
Do you think Charizard would listen to Brock?
Ooh, that's a good... I mean, probably not. Brock's not assertive enough. But, I mean, if Brock sends out an Onix against Charizard would be like, oh, okay, you have a pretty cool Pokemon. Yeah, let's go ahead.
I'll listen to you, yeah. I'll listen to you over this kid.
Then they proceed to just one-shot every enemy they have.
I know. They set up to be, like, a whole bunch of, like, potentially a whole bunch of battles in this tournament, but of course there's not enough screen time for that. There's screen time enough to show them going shopping and having a little bit with Meowth, but there's not enough screen time to show all the battles.
So, they go through the battles, and eventually it's just Jessie versus Misty. And, Misty...
Pikachu one-shots all three of Jessie's Pokemon. Because it's Pikachu, it's like level. It's like level 85 by this point.
It's not even like showing Pikachu using Thunder Shock.
I know.
It's just showing Thunder Shock.
And it's showing like Arbok and Weezing and Meowth just like fainting, like ugh. And Jessie's like, oh well, I guess I've lost. And James like, well, wait. What about the Lickitung?
And she's like, oh wait, yeah. And Lickitung is apparently Jessie's best Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because no one knows how to fight against the tongue.
Lickitung one hit knockout Oko's Pikachu.
Yeah.
For some reason, Lickitung Oko's Pikachu. Pikachu like can't move because it's paralyzed, even though it's an electric type. But I guess this would be for
they say confused. I think
dizzy. They specifically said dizzy, which I would guess would be confusion. So okay, fine. It used Supersonic when it hit it with its tongue. Yeah. Whatever. Therefore, Pikachu's out of the match. Bulbasaur can't do shit because when it uses its Vine Whips...
on the tongue just, like, wraps around.
Yeah.
Licks Bulbasaur again.
And then Bulbasaur is out of the match.
And then she tells Vulpix to use Flamethrower.
Yeah!
And instead, Vulpix just face plants itself into Lickitung's tongue.
Which is so stupid.
Like, use Flamethrower from a distance.
Oh, man. The battle...
Its tongue is 6 feet long, max. Like...
I really wish the battles in this episode had been better. They were so disappointing.
So then it goes into like a 5-minute battle between Starmie? No, Staryu. No, Psyduck. Because Misty was originally going to use Starmie, and then she said go Staryu. And I'm like, F you, Misty. Learn your goddamn Pokemon. Oh, wait a minute. No, just don't. Because it's Psyduck.
And then Psyduck pops out.
But to be fair, I think it's because... it is Psyduck's fault again.
Yeah.
Because Misty was holding Staryu's Pokeball.
They've pretty much changed it so that now Psyduck will pop out of his own Pokeball instead of Misty using the wrong Pokeball. Well, it's so used to not being wanted that it thinks that that's how it's wanted. It thinks it gets attention from being not wanted. So because it's f***ed up in the head because Misty abuses it so much.
Misty.
Yeah, poor Psyduck, man.
This is what happens when you...
we need to take that Psyduck away from her. Like, that poor thing.
It deserves so much better.
It does. Ash would take good care of it.
Would he, though?
Probably not.
He's probably just going to have the Psyduck go against, like, grass Pokemon. And... like...
it's an electric grass Pokemon. Go, Psyduck!
It's an electric grass Pokemon that's immune to psychic attacks.
Time for Psyduck. That would be exactly what happens. So anyway, Psyduck gets a headache from Lickitung licking it, I guess. And then I'm assuming Psyduck uses confusion, throws Lickitung out, and it like rolls onto Jessie, Meowth, and all them, and Team Rocket blasts off the roof because they are having the battle on top of a fucking skyscraper.
So did every person who lost the Princess tournament like get
blasted
off
that
as well?
That was part of it. Like,
there's just a pile of dead girls.
Bodies, yeah, dead girls with their dead Pokemon right next to them at the base of the skyscraper.
Wow, that is really brutal.
Yeah, it was a freaking hard tournament, man.
Pretty historic though. I mean, because they probably like did pretty brutal stuff like that back in ye old times.
Exactly. All right, Nick, how did you feel about this episode overall?
I gave it 2.
I also gave it 2.
Like, it was funny.
At times.
But again, like...
I just didn't care.
Yeah, like, it was
because
incessant.
Because the whole point of the episode was that they both wanted to win for the... And we forgot to mention this. The whole reason they wanted to win was for the Pokemon dolls.
Oh, yeah, because Misty never had her own set.
Even though, well, she had 3. They were just, I guess, broken hand-me-down sets. Like, who cares? You still had 3 sets.
And Jessie grew up poor, so...
And Jessie grew up poor. Oh, and at one point, Misty was like, "Oh, this is the only Pokédoll set in the world." No, it's not. You had 3, bitch.
Well, maybe it's like the only Pokédoll set of those Princess Pokédolls.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other Slowpoke, Charmander...
Whatever the others
ones. Which are weird.
We forgot that it ended really weirdly. Like, well, not weirdly, but...
strangely.
Well, it was because Team Rocket was like, well, Jessie, you want your own Pokédoll, so we're going to dress up...
We'll be our
as
own
Pokédolls. And then it just kind of stops. The episode just kind of stops in the middle of that.
And Jessie's like, yay! But then she becomes one of them, too.
And you and I both looked at each other and like, that was how they're going to end it?
That
like,
was... Do they stay like
awkward. Yeah, like, why? Why? Yeah, that was not a good episode. I gave it 2 Voltorbs. I don't know if I said that already.
You did.
We both said 2 Voltorbs.
I think that's all we need to say about it. It's just...
It's not good.
Episode 55, though.
The Purr-fect Hero.
I wonder what that's referring to.
My guess... Since it says purr, like P-U-R-R, like a cat's purr, Purr-fect Hero, probably about Zubat. Is what this...
I was going to say Litten, but yeah, probably Zubat.
Zubat, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes
so
sense.
It's Kids' Day today.
Yeah.
Well, not today, but in this episode.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're watching this on Children's Day. You don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Good job for those of you in Japan who are listening to this, because the only Kids' Day is in Japan, I think.
Yeah.
On this day particularly.
Happy Children's Day, everybody. If you're watching our podcast, you're probably a little too young to be watching our podcast, though, if you're celebrating Children's Day.
I do say a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I try to bleep out as much as I can.
And and bitch. I almost said the C word once, but I did restrain myself. Yeah, it was about Misty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think it was a particularly abusive Psyduck episode.
Wait, so you mean all of them?
Particularly.
So abusive. Only a third of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, this episode gets going. We get to Children's Day. And Children's Day is an interesting holiday. It's pretty much just like Kids' Day. Yeah. Like, we're going to celebrate the fact they're kids. Kind of like a Mother's Day, but only it's just with children.
So like you give kids like a present and shut them up?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And the what do you call those, like, wind, I keep calling them wind flags.
I would just call them kites.
Yeah, but you put them on, like, a flagpole. And they're fish. Like, for Children's Day, they're fish. And, like,
those cylindrical fish things.
Yeah, and the topmost one represents the dad, and the next one represents the mom, and then the next one, the third one down, is, like, the oldest child. And then every time you get a child, you add a new one for Children's Day.
I liked how it was a Gyarados, Goldeen, and
the Magikarp.
Presumably, Gyarados grew up and said, "Hey, Goldeen, let's have a baby together." And then the Magikarp said, "Okay."
You mean
the
Goldeen
said, "Okay, but it's going to be a Goldeen." No! Because breeding mechanics, it's going to be the mother species. So they adopted a Magikarp.
Oh, that's adorable. They adopted a little Magikarp.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. Okay, I don't know what this is in reference to.
What did you write?
Meowth says, "A pathetic childhood can make a pathetic person."
Oh, it's because they each talk about... Jesse and James both talk about, like, their childhoods, and James looked forward to it every year because he didn't have to go to school.
That's right.
Eat ice cream sandwiches. While
he swam in a pool.
While Jesse hated Children's Day
because she still had to go to school
and was poor, and I guess that's pathetic.
Wait a second. So in Japan, do schools let out for Children's Day, or do they not?
I don't know. Probably depends on the school.
Because that's kind of sad if they don't. Like, we're going to celebrate the fact that you're kids, but you're still going to go to school, bitch. Gotta learn math, man.
You know what? I'm going to assume they don't have... It might be in the middle of summer.
That is true, too.
And maybe just at summer school or something.
That would make sense. That would make sense. So Jesse's saying that, and then Meowth says, a pathetic childhood can make a pathetic person. I'm like, dude, that's a twisted burn. It's a good burn.
Meowth is calling Jesse pathetic.
But that is f***ed up. Purely because, like, she had a pathetic childhood. Like, that's messed up. That is messed up.
Oh, something you can't do anything about? Well, you're pathetic.
Oh, and then we get to they come across this school for some reason.
Because there's a school.
Yeah, and the school mistress or the teacher, whomever, is like, hey, I don't actually remember what she says, but you're Pokemon trainers, come show these kids Pokemon.
Pokemon trainers were supposed to show up. They called her on her Chansey cell phone. And she says, oh, you guys are busy having an orgy? Oh. Okay.
I forgot about the orgy line. Yeah, I thought that was pretty risque for a Pokemon episode.
I mean, the writers did sneak in some adult jokes there. So then she turns to Ash and Gang and says, hey, you're Pokemon trainers, why don't you do their job for free? And then they say, okay. So they release all their Pokemon, and this is my first note. Why does Brock sound like that? And then...
what does he sound like,
So
Nick?
So he's talking about how it's important for Pokemon to, like, play with children, because that way, like, they lose their stress levels. And then he says, that's important for breeders to know. He says it like that.
That's so strange, yeah.
I'm not emphasizing that. It is that creepy tone he has.
It's so weird. Was the same person voicing every single child in that schoolyard? Because every single child had the same exact voice.
The teacher represented my feelings.
I know, because she kept, like, yelling at them. Like, her head grew
She kept turning into an Oni.
Yeah.
And it was like, you will be quiet! You will shut up, you brats! She did call them brats, and I thought that was hilarious.
Yep. So Team Rocket comes in on, like, a little van, and they're like, we're a traveling magic show. We're going to show you guys a magic trick. And they're not even trying with their disguises. Like, it's so obviously Jesse and James, but they're just like, okay. And they're like...
It's funny that, like, Brock doesn't notice this, because, like, Jesse's, like, in the magician's outfit, which is usually a dude, but she's got cleavage.
Yeah.
Well, James is in the assistant dress with no cleavage.
It's kind of funny.
And I'm like, Brock, where's your lady detector?
I know. You should be like, that's not a lady, but that is... He'd probably just like,
Maybe.
You know what? I am an open person. If they want to dress like the opposite gender, that's cool.
You know, and that's what episodes say. He's trans open about it. And I'm like,
yeah.
Good job, Brock.
Good job, Brock. You are not a conservative
You're not a bigot.
You are not a bigot. Good job, Brock.
Oh, wait. We were missing the very important Timmy.
Oh, Timmy. Well, I kind of forgot about him.
How could you forget about Timmy? He
don't
loves
know.
Meowth. The other Pokemon. The fact there's a giant rock snake that's giving children rides.
I
All
know,
he wants
right?
to see is basically a cat.
That's so dumb. He's like, a Meowth once saved me from a Beedrill.
And then the other kids are like, you, Timmy, you're a liar. Meowth can't do that. And I'm like, God damn, children, why are you so mean to Timmy? Why would he lie about that?
I know.
There's no
He has
plausible reason.
He has nothing to gain from lying about that. They're just mean. Children are mean. Maybe that was the point of this episode. Children.
Why is your children say when they're so terrible?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, they go to watch the magic trick from Team Rocket because they're pretty good. Doing
Deceiving
magic
people.
Yeah.
And so they say, hey, let's borrow your Pikachu.
And Ash is so goddamn stupid. He sees these people every day of his life.
They have the same hairstyles.
They don't even have the same... Like, they didn't even... He can't recognize him, seriously.
So he hands Pikachu to them, and then Meowth comes out instead, and then they say, okay, bye, and then they leave.
Yeah,
and then instead they kidnap Timmy because Pikachu escapes and shoves Timmy in the box.
After, like, Weezing sends out a smoke screen. Because Team Rocket just had to reveal themselves. They couldn't just, like, leave.
They would have gotten away
idiots.
with it if they just left.
I know, because Ash didn't even realize right away that Pikachu wasn't there, that they had taken Pikachu. And he was like, wait a minute, Pikachu's gone.
And then they reveal themselves. And I'm like,
Yeah, and then...
they should have said, oh yeah, you'll get Pikachu in like 10 minutes when the trick wears off. We're actual magicians, so
We're
don't
actually
worry about
magic.
it. And then Ash would have believed them.
Yeah, because he was pretty stupid. So Team Rocket takes Timmy, and they go off into the woods, and they take Timmy out of the box, and they're like, hello, Timmy. How you doing,
Hello, Timmy.
They don't actually do that. That'd be a little too much.
They do want to impress Timmy, though.
Yeah.
Because it's Children's Day, I guess.
Yeah. So Timmy's like, that's a Meowth. I love Meowth because Meowth once saved me. And Team Rocket takes Meowth aside, and they're like, hey, man, be cool with Timmy, man.
Be cool with Timmy.
Like, be cool with Timmy.
Like, Timmy's obviously autistic. Like, let him just enjoy this. Let's do a good thing for once, okay?
This is kind of cute. This is kind of cute.
So, Meowth defends Timmy from Team Rocket, who's suddenly, like,
Mean
kidnappers.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, thanks, Meowth. And then... Okay, my memory is on this little...
Then Meowth escorts Meowth back to the preschool. All the kids are like, Meowth, wow, we did to Meowth, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you weren't lying, Timmy, when you said a Meowth saved you, because this is a
And then Timmy
Meowth.
slaps the girl across her face because that's what she deserves. And,
Yeah, I wrote on here, F*** you, Susie. I don't know who Susie is or why F*** her, but...
Susie's the name that we gave the little girl who called Timmy a liar.
That's right.
We don't learn her name, but Susie seems to be an appropriate name.
It seems like an appropriate name.
Someone says, wow, that Meowth sure looks like it's having fun. And Meowth says, that's right. And then Missy says, that Meowth talked. And then Meowth says, oh, shit. And then Timmy says, that's a naughty word, Meowth. Meowth says, shut up, we're getting away from the main topic of the show. And so then I lost what happened after.
Oh, no, then Meowth runs away. Meowth runs away because he's been found out. And they run after Meowth. They're like, Meowth, but come back, blah, blah. And then they go into, like, this little, like, they come into, like, it was like a canyon wall in front of them. Like, well, now we're stuck here because we can't go forward. And then Meowth and Team Rocket appear with, like, their little boombox that plays their little anthem for them.
Which is adorable.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty great. They just have a little boombox that plays their theme for them.
It's even, like, the radio quality.
Yeah, like, it's in the show. I liked that a little bit. That was pretty great. So they're like, we're gonna, I don't know, steal Pikachu or something. We're Team Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brock sends out Onyx to help for a change.
Like, okay, Brock.
Good job, Brock.
I guess your guilt finally got the better of you.
Yeah. I mean, all Onyx does is
tackle
Arbok, and that's it.
We don't even see Onyx.
We don't even see Onyx like that after that. He doesn't even, like...
Send Onyx back into the Pokeball.
We call Onyx into the Pokeball.
For all we know, Onyx ran away.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know.
He's like, well, you never used me anyway.
And then this... Right? And then this giant boulder starts falling towards them. And then this other Meowth comes along, which I guess is the superior Meowth, and destroys the boulder. This giant
Slash it in half.
Yeah, with its foot. They're like, holy shit. So this is the hero Meowth, I guess. And then Team Rocket just goes away.
They also have a giant boulder that they're rolling on, and they roll off into the sunset. By the way, can we talk about, like, how
Team Rocket's rolling away again.
Can we talk about how in one shot, like, it's just Ash and Timmy?
And then in the next shot is a crowd of children. Yeah.
And then the next shot, they're gone again.
Yeah. It's so inconsistent with that animation. And then that's, like, the end of the episode.
Like, they say, Timmy, learn to appreciate other Pokemon. And Timmy says, no! And so then they leave.
I gave the episode 2 Voltorbs. I'm just gonna...
I initially give it 1, but then I realized that 1's really only deserve to be given to the terrible, terrible episodes.
The ones that you absolutely hate with a fiery burning passion.
So I'm giving it 2.
You giving it 2? I hate to say, like, nothing really happens, but nothing of consequence really happens in this episode.
There's, like, in the
There's
other
not
2,
even really
at
good.
least Bulbasaur learned Solar Beam, and Jessie has a Lickitung. At least
Yeah.
that stuff happened. Nothing progresses in this one.
Yeah, nothing progresses the story at all. There's no, like, character development, really. The closest thing we come to is, like, when Team Rocket wants Timmy to be happy, I guess, because they're like, hey, Meowth, be nice to Timmy.
Like, it's Kids Day.
That's the closest thing we get to character development.
And it's not...
I would have rather see them, like, celebrate Children's Day in, like, a Pokemon world, you know? Like, especially coming from, like, an American audience where we don't have Children's Day.
That would be great.
Wouldn't that be cool to see, like, oh, this is Children's Day, this is how we celebrate, it's pretty cool.
We eat Vanillikes.
Yeah.
Vanillites.
Vanillites. We play Pokemon games, and, oh, here's Team Rocket to try to steal Pikachu, but wait... You gotta learn the value of Children's Day. You don't mess with us on Children's Day, and then they go away.
It's like, oh, okay, and then they leave.
But no, it's just
generic.
Preschool. Yeah,
it's
preschool
kids. They have a
kids.
preschool. That's why it's Children's Day.
Yeah, like there's.
By the way, if it's Children's Day, why are these preschoolers not with their parents?
I don't know. Like they don't explain it at all. So.
Is this an orphanage? So the preschooler teacher is actually like the orphanage mom?
No, I think it's supposed to be a preschool, like a school.
They are wearing the sweaters and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. This episode wasn't very good. It felt lazy. It felt kind of half-assed.
I'm not gonna say it felt lazy. Well, the animation, yeah, sure. But
the animation
the story was
not great.
It was just there.
Yeah. All right, so that's the end of that one. Okay, so episode number 56, last episode for this episode of our podcast.
This podcast, episode 14, episode 56. Do those have correlation? 56 divided by 4?
Oh, 56 plus 14 is 70. So episode number 56 is the case of the K9 Capers.
Okay, I just want to start off. The last, 4 episodes, the narrator has been saying that they're on their way to Cinnabar Island.
They have said, I think he said the exact same thing all 4 times.
And yet, they're walking.
Through woods.
They're walking through woods. Get a boat. Go out on the ocean. You missed your chance to go to Cinnabar Island when you left Fuchsia City.
Even better, go back to town of Pallet and visit your mom again, then go on a boat because it's a faster way when you go south from Pallet.
It's special at that. Use your computer to fly there. Oh, wait a minute. You don't know how to. You never asked Surge for the HM.
Well, you need the HM for Surf. So you need to go find the Surf HM and then teach it Squirtle. And then it's like, we can't all fit on Squirtle.
Oh, but then Missy, Starmie, and Staryu.
No, that's true. So then they got those, and then Brock's like, well, who am I going to ride on? And Missy's like, ride on Horsey, bitch.
Ride on Horsey, bitch. So Brock's on this tiny little horsey.
That's an adorable image.
Tentacooler, stabbing Brock. He's like, Horsey, please go faster. And Horsey's like, I can't.
I'm just a little horsey.
I've never used. I have no experience. And then a Tentacruel comes up and eats Horsey, and then Brock drowns. Because he's a rock-type gym leader.
And in the last act of desperation, he says out, Onyx, help! And Onyx sinks on top of him.
Immediately crushes Brock.
They fall to the bottom of the sea where they die.
If someone could animate that,
I would pay $400 to the person who can animate that.
Well, now someone is going to animate them, and you're going to.
Good, I hope so. I want to spend good money, man. Give me a reason to spend this money. Okay, so anyway, they come.
So anyway, they're not on their way to Cinnabar Island because they're not on the boat.
They say they are, but they're not. That's the next place. I think the narrator is just f***ing with them. They're on their way to Cinnabar Island. Where's Cinnabar Island? They're on their way to Cinnabar Island.
He's not f***ing with them. He's telling them, go to Cinnabar Island. I've been saying this for so long, and you don't go. Go to it. You ever play the Stanley Parable? It's like the Stanley Parable.
That's a good game.
That is a good game. But go on Steam, play the Stanley Parable. You'll thank us later.
They come across this thief who's running away from the law.
And he's very obviously a thief.
He's very
obviously running away from the law.
Yeah, because he's got a little sack
bag,
full of,
gun.
He's got a gun. He has a gun. So they're in the right to be like, this guy is dangerous.
I don't know why Pikachu's worried though. Electric resists steel.
Officer Jenny's chasing after him with I was about to say Cubone. Growlithe, thank you. Chasing after him with Growlithe.
Eats bones. Because it's a dog.
Chasing after him with Growlithe. Growlithe tackles that thief to the ground, and then Pikachu decides to electrocute that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm helping! Coward.
And then they get surrounded by other Growlithes and Officer Jenny's. And Officer Jenny's like, dude, what the are you doing? You just electrocuted this man for no reason. And he's like, well, we're helping.
We're helping. This guy's obviously a thief from our perspective. And
yeah.
He's right. They had no way of knowing it's a simulation.
Exactly. And they're like, no, this is a simulation, man.
It's weird that they got there without it being warded off or anything.
You would think that maybe the anime just never shows us the more illegal side, where they're like crawling under like do not enter signs and like breaking into facilities.
Like Vitrix just has scissors and he's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we got this, man. We're gonna go into here anyway. Oh, look, a thief, electrocute that guy, stop his heart.
And then they immediately say what they just said, and then Jenny's all of a sudden, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Jenny's like, all right, cool, whatever.
You can train with us too, yeah. We'll be friends all of a sudden.
Cool.
No repercussions.
No repercussions whatsoever.
Jenny.
Exactly. So Officer Jenny takes Ash and company. Pikachu does this a little bit when Jenny's talking to them like in the cafeteria, where he's like trying to stop Togepi from falling off the table.
Oh yeah.
And then he falls off the table anyway instead because Togepi turns around.
Can Pikachu handle the police train? Well, Pikachu's very clearly struggling with Togepi.
Pikachu is so adorable. I love it when they just do like a little Pikachu bit. Just like a little Pikachu.
I miss that ketchup thing that Pikachu had.
Oh, that was great.
God.
I would almost go back and watch that episode just for the ketchup. Just for the Pikachu ketchup. Love story. Oh, dear.
So then we see Team Rocket, and they say, hey, those are Growliths.
We should get us some of those.
Police trained. Team Giovanni would love them because they're police trained.
It doesn't really make sense, but whatever. Okay. So we don't see them for another like 5-ish, 10 minutes, something like that.
They're actually off like
planning their next method of attack. Good on them.
Yeah, good on them. It's fine that you're finally stopped using a giant vacuum.
Yeah, not every problem can be solved by sucking. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, Officer Jenny wakes up Ash and Pikachu and like, all right, let's go train, man.
But it's 4 o'clock. Good night.
Yeah. She's like, it's 4 o'clock. Good night. And Officer Jenny's like, no, come on.
And I like how like they didn't animate Brock enough because he's like just sitting there like looking at Jenny. Jenny raises the whistle, still sitting there, and then blows. And then Brock's like, covering his ears. Like, you'd think Brock would have just like, oh wait, she's about to blow. Never mind. Cover his ears, but no.
But no.
Bad animation.
Bad animation. So they get started on the little obstacle course. They never finished the obstacle course. I just realized that. Wouldn't that have been interesting if they had like shown them completing the obstacle course?
And it's like dusk.
Yeah, like Pikachu finally is able to complete the obstacle course because of all the training that they've done, and it's really cool and everything.
But then Officer Jenny would have said, well, it took you like 8 hours. No, it took you like, let's say if they wake up at 4 and dusk is presumably 7 o'clock. It takes them like
13 hours.
13 hours. No, like 19 hours.
That would be cool. I wouldn't be mad about that. I'd be like, all right.
If I were a police officer, I'm not going to let someone who spent 19 hours to complete the course be a police officer. I'd be like, no, go train more or something. But
I'm just saying, like,
Officer Jenny run in those heels?
I don't know, because Officer Jenny is wearing like this little teeny mini skirt and like big ass heels, and she is running through this obstacle course faster than Ash and well, not at first, but after they catch up.
It makes sense that Ash like gained speed on this on Jenny, but
those Officer Jennys, man, they have to learn how to run in them mini skirts and heels.
And that's impressive. It's just too bad that they don't do anything.
Yeah. So they go through part of the obstacle course, like they go under like the wire. They do the thing where they crawl under the wire. Then they're gonna climb the wall, but Ash can't climb the wall, and Pikachu just zaps him
with the barbed wire crawling part. They show that Pikachu is clearly shorter than the barbed wire, but then Pikachu gets his tail stuck anyway. I'm like, how, Pikachu? How?
And like, I could, you know what? All this kind of could have like worked out because like Pikachu is such like a cute like Pikachu is not like a brawler. No. Like he's not like a fighter.
Pikachu is a distance attacker.
Yeah, and like this is the one time where Pikachu can like gain some stamina or like gain some like
some defense EVs.
Yeah, defensive EVs or like some freaking discipline. You know, get him like all toughened up for like the future and future gym battles and stuff.
Face off against Blaine, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Does.
None of the rest of that happens because we just kind of dropped that part of the story.
Team Rocket!
Right there, because Team Rocket!
But hey, it was probably like their best laid out plan.
Easily the most elaborate plan that they've ever had, and then some.
And at first, it just seems really goofy. Like, they just dress up and then use voice imitation. Which doesn't work. But in this case, it does.
Yeah, like they, so they drive through the wall of the obstacle course.
In a giant Growlithe bus.
In a giant Growlithe
looks
bus.
like furries would drive it.
They come out, and Team Rocket blasts them with 2 smoke screens. The first smoke screen, like, is, I guess, just gives them a bad smell so that, like, the Growlithe can't smell anything.
It has, like, a little gloom.
Yeah.
Sign.
And then the second one, makes their voices all high-pitched.
And a little bit confused with the Growlithe's case.
Yeah, because now they can't understand their masters as well.
And then they proceed to have the high-pitched voices for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, which is weird, but, hey, Team Rocket did the research for their poison gases, man. They're like, all right, this will do this.
And it uses like a little Psyduck sticker, and it's cute.
And they change into Officer Jenny clothing, and they have these megaphones that have voice modifiers on them that can change their voices so that they sound exactly like whomever picture they turn the dial to, but mostly Officer Jenny.
Also, because they were gonna use the Officer Jenny's voice to have Growlithe commit murder and other law-breaking things.
Exactly.
So that this lasts like a while.
This was a really long part of the episode. Like, I would not want to go back and watch this again, but it was amusing to watch the first time.
It was amusing,
because it was so elaborate.
It's just weird how long it was.
Yeah, because it was most of the episode.
It didn't drag though.
Well, it didn't drag, but when you go back and you start to think about like the logistics of it, it doesn't really make sense because okay, so like the Officer Jenny and everyone, they have like high pitched voices, so like, which is really adorable. Like every single Pikachu just entered a new level of cuteness with his little high pitched voice. Pikachu, so cute.
Can't even do it justice.
No, we cannot. But the Growlithe can't understand
because they can't smell and they can't hear their trainers.
And that was kind of it was kind of implied that was pretty much how they are able to understand their trainers.
How they're police trained.
Yeah, that means that Jesse and James can now control the Growlithe to do whatever they want. But here's my problem: is that Ash. Okay, we get to an explanation about this a little bit later, but it's a little bit contrived. But for like half of this entire sequence, Ash and Misty and Brock and Officer Jenny are kind of just standing there letting this all happen. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't you send out a Pokemon? Or
like Pidgeotto to blow away the gust.
blow away the gust. Or, I mean, I know he's kind of a reckless cannon, but Charizard, or just flame them, or freaking Squirtle to soak them,
the gas
or
is
whatever.
flammable. Imagine how bad that would go.
Or Squirtle or Bulbasaur, like something, because Bulbasaur knows the Whirlwind, don't forget.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But why wouldn't you send out a Pokemon to help, or stop Team Rocket in any way? But they don't.
The Growlithes never use a fire move, do
No, they don't. Yeah, no, not throughout this whole episode.
So, like, to the casual bystander, they would have no idea that Growlithe's a fire type.
That's true, yeah.
Other than the fact that it's red, so maybe.
This episode's not very good.
This was actually my highest rated episode,
That's
too.
sad. Oh, that's sad.
So, then what else happened? So, they're all stuck in the dilemma. Then Ash realizes, wait a minute, we do have Pokemon. Wait a minute, we don't, because for some reason, we left without our Pokeballs.
Yeah, we left all of our Pokemon behind. And Ash is like, well, Pikachu, stop them, because you're a Deus Ex Machina. And then Jesse's like, aha, I have an Ash setting and a baseball cap, because I took some notes from that one Ditto chick, and I can transform now.
And so, for a second, Pikachu's confused.
Yeah, because Pikachu's like, there's an Ash in front of me and an Ash behind me. What the hell? And then Pikachu's like, oh wait, I'm not f***ing retarded. Ash is right here. He's been right here the whole time.
He didn't suddenly teleport over there.
Over there to where the F or Jenny was.
Ash is not a psychic Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, with the power of heart, Pikachu knows the true Ash. And so he uses Thunder Shocks, and it damages the Growlithe a little bit.
Because the message of this episode is you need the power of heart so that you won't betray each other. And then to solve your problem, zap the motherfuckers away. Because that's what happens.
But you can only do so much, though, because all the Growlithes are still standing. Pikachu is dizzy or sick or whatever from using too much electricity.
Okay, and somewhere in here, toward the end of this whole thing, Jigglypuff appears.
Because
for
Jigglypuff
no reason.
did! Jigglypuff did show up for a second
Jigglypuff was
before.
like, well, yeah, it's like a second before, like at the very beginning of the episode. It comes back for a second again.
Jigglypuff.
And then just walks away. Nothing happens. They're like, nice songs, Jigglypuff. We're never going to mention this again. And I'm like, what the f*** just happened? Why? What happened? Why was Jigglypuff here? What was the point of that?
Jigglypuff just leaves.
Just leaves. Does he put anyone to sleep or anything? What the f***? What's the point?
And Ash himself is like jaded against Jigglypuff. He's like, okay, Jigglypuff. Fine, that was a nice song.
Why did it appear? Why did it sing half a song and then leave?
Like,
why did it leave?
Like, if it had, here's how Jigglypuff would have been useful though. If it did sing, putting everyone to sleep, the gas would have gone away, their voices would have returned to normal, and then Jenny would have been like, "Hey, Growlithe, they're imposters," and then the Growlithe would have been like, "Oh, hey, we woke up and your face is distorted, but so is everyone else's. Let's kill Team Rocket."
I mean, that's what I thought they were gonna do. To be honest, I thought that was okay. Well, there's Jigglypuff to do like the Deus Ex Machina.
Great.
Doesn't happen though. So it was completely pointless. I was like, what in the f***? Like, what?
Jigglypuff just upsets you to another level every time you see it.
Yes, it does! Especially when it's completely useless. And then Pikachu zaps everything, and then this day is saved. Yay.
No, wait, no, hold on. Jenny somehow mysteriously gets rid of her rope tangle.
Oh, yeah, because the Growlithe had tied her up in a rope.
Jesse tells one of the Growlithes to attack Jenny. The Growlithe was biting Jenny very fiercely.
On the hand.
Then flashbacks happen.
So that the Growlithe remembers, oh yeah, this is the trainer who's been caring for me since I was a little puppy.
This is actual Jenny. Okay, and then the Growlithes go and attack Team Rocket, and they...
So it was actually almost a really well thought out plan until...
Bullshit.
Turns out Growlithes are f***ing retarded. And,
so yay Growlithe.
So yay Growlithe, and then that's the end of the episode. Was there anything else that happened? I don't know.
I liked how when Team Rocket was explaining how they would use the Growlithes, we see an image of like them hanging off from the balloon with a chain of Growlithes just holding on to each other.
Yeah.
Being like gold.
It's like, why would you... Okay. I mean, if you wanted to use that method, you'd be better off to use a bunch of Machops.
Machops, or like a Bulbasaur, or really anything with vines.
Psychic Pokemon.
Psychic Pokemon even, yeah.
It'd probably be a lot better. No, we're just gonna use a bunch of Growlithe, break into a bank, and whatever.
So how many Voltorbs do you give it?
I gave it 1.5.
1.5.
I gave it 1.5.
See, this is funny. I originally gave it 3, but now that we're talking about it again, I'm gonna lower it to 2.5.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't hold up to a 3 episode.
No.
To a 3 Voltorb.
No. I gave it 1.5 because I just felt like there's no point, because I thought there was gonna be a point of them like training Pikachu to be like a more fierce like battler or something, or like have better stamina or something.
But see, I
thought that was gonna be the point of the episode, and then that just completely dissolved.
I think that was the point that like Misty and Brock were trying to make to Ash, though, is that, but Ash, why do you want Pikachu to be the best? Why don't you want him to be the way it is? Very similar to Bulbasaur, not wanting to evolve to Ivysaur. But except not, because there's a difference between strengthening yourself to just appease someone
and changing your personality
than to growing up. That's a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
But still, like, Misty and Brock have a valid point.
Yes, but it was just kind of shoehorned in there, like in the middle, and the Team Rocket plan became what this episode was about. But that's not what the first, like, third of this episode was about.
I see, yeah.
So, it's like there's 2 different episodes in here, and neither of them are very good. The first one is actually, it starts out to be, like, somewhat interesting.
It promises.
Yeah, it, like, has some promise to, like, because we're gonna, like, strengthen Pikachu. Like, maybe it turns out Pikachu can't do it. Maybe, and he has to figure out another way to train him, or maybe he can do it, but I don't know. Like,
but then Pikachu gets all roided out and creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he gets all roided out and creepy.
Pikachu.
But then it turns out, nope, this episode's gonna be about Team Rocket coming in and doing some bull. It's
Funny
good.
bull.
It's some fun. Part of it's kind of funny. Some of it's part of cute. But, like, this episode was just kind of useless and pointless to me. I didn't like it.
I liked how Team Rocket's megaphones... Oh, Well, Team Rocket's megaphones had Jesse and James on each other's.
Yeah.
And then Jigglypuff shows up again and now has a Team Rocket megaphone.
Whoop-de-f***. I'm sure I'm going to hate it later even more, but...
Actually, I don't know if the Jigglypuff ever uses that megaphone. I don't think it does, to my remembering.
So was there any point at all to having Jigglypuff in this episode at all? Maybe it will. Maybe this will turn out to be very important because Jigglypuff has a megaphone. That's going to be a Deus Ex Machina for him when Mewtwo shows up and tries to f***ing kill Ash.
You've seen the movie, and you know that that's not what
I know. I'm just saying, being hopeful, man. Say there's gotta be some point to this whole episode.
I think there is a list of episodes coming up that Jigglypuff does consistently show up in.
Good. Oh, great. I can't wait.
I know, just to make you excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my tiny Voltorb scores on standby.
Your Voltorbs will self-destruct.
Yes.
So yeah, kind of a meh at best batch of episodes.
Oh my god, yeah, this is not a very good batch of episodes. This is...
Nah.
Did either of us give any of these, like,
a 3?
Full on 3?
No.
No. I think our best.
We gave almost 3s.
Each of us gave a 2.5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But they were both originally 3s.
They were.
Thought about it.
Then we thought about it and we're like, you know what? Fortunately, we won't have to worry about that for another couple weeks because our next review, Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Mewtwo Strikes Back! He's gonna kill you with Psycho Shock.
All right, Nick, you ready for the Pokemon of the day?
Oh, I'm ready for a Pokemon of the day.
All right, what's
I'm
the
ready
Pokemon of the day?
for it to be a day, and I'm gonna pick a Pokemon, and the Pokemon's gonna be like, "Yay, it's my day!" And then I'll say, "You're not a Pokemon because you can talk," and then the Pokemon will say, "Ah, you knew it!" And then it will reveal itself to be a demon, and then I will strike the demon down.
So, give it a number.
254.
254. Oh. It. Okay.
What is it?
It's Meowstick.
Oh. I'm really good at picking Pokemon I don't care about or hate.
Yeah. You're so bad.
God!
Why are you so terrible at picking Pokemon out of a hat, Nick?
I don't know.
Why are you so bad at it?
Okay, so Meowstick, it's unique. It can be both a male and a female. But wait, can't other Pokemon do that? Yes, random stranger who broke into our recording apartment. But the difference is that this Meowstick, along with every other Meowstick, gender determines what moves they can learn. And also stats. Is that also a thing, or is it just the moves?
It is no. It's just it's moves and abilities.
And abilities.
So therefore, it's kind of bullshit that they're the same Pokemon. If Nidoqueen and Nidoking could be 2 different Pokemon,
I'm sure if they could have, they would have made Nidoking and Nidoqueen the same Pokemon
that generation. Yeah.
But Generation 1, so they couldn't.
Yeah.
Nidoran for sure would have been the same Pokemon.
Yeah, well, that almost is. It has the same name, just a different symbol next to it.
Right.
Alright, so Meowstick.
It's a psychic cat.
Psychic cat. The ability is the same. The hidden ability will differ depending on... For females, it'll be competitive. For males, it'll be prankster.
Okay, so yeah, the males are the more support one, while the females are the more offensive one.
Well, let's see if that's true based on their learn sets. Let's see. For male Meowstic, you get like Quick Guard, Mean Look, Helping Hand. Of course, you also get generic psychic moves like Confusion, Psyshock. You get Charm, you get Miracle Eye, Role Play. And yeah, for female Meowstic, it's much more offensively based with like Disarming Voice, Psyshock, Charge Beam, Shadow Ball, Extrasensory, Signal Beam, Sucker Punch, all that kind of shit.
It learns those moves naturally?
Yeah, these are like level up moves.
Wow.
Stored Power. Even gets Stored Power. That's pretty good.
Yeah, if you use a Calm Mind, it's like, whoop, 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 whoop,
Yeah,
whoop,
stored-
whoop, 20 Psychic Power.
Calm Mind, Stored Power is one of my favorite combinations. So I have a Meowstic that I literally never use.
Is it a male or a female?
I'm pretty sure it's a female.
Female seems like it would be just outclassed, though, by every other psychic sweeper.
Exactly. I tried to make mine bulky. This was before I was breeding for IVs, of course. But I tried to make mine bulky with, like, Reflect, Max Special Defense, Max HP, with Yawn, Reflect, Calm Mind, and Dream Eater. Doesn't really work that well, though.
Like, what's its speed? 110?
Yeah.
100?
Alright, so let's
Base
see.
speed. I don't want to know
Base
its speed.
Yeah, base speed for Meowstic is 104.
Yeah, okay.
So it's relatively fast, but its base special attack is only 83. And that's its
Its
next
base special
best.
attack is 3?
83.
Oh, 83.
Yeah, and that's its next best stat. And then you get, let's see, HP 74. It's not great, but not terrible. Special defense is 81. Defense is 76. Neither of those are great nor terrible. I would love to see someone use a physically attacking Meowstic with that.
So that way you could ruin them?
48. That 48 base power.
Now, if we could do
base
like
stat.
power swap, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be. Meowstic is just like outclassed by pretty much any psychic. Like, even Kadabra, I would use over Meowstic, honestly.
Now, what about like a male Meowstic, though? The supporting Meowstic?
In both cases, I would almost want to use their hidden abilities.
Prankster,
yeah,
competitive.
Prankster and competitive. I don't know how you get Meowsticks with their hidden abilities.
I assume it's from the Friend Safari back in 6th generation.
Yeah, that would be my assumption
It's like
as
you
well.
had to have a friend who was psychic type and had an Esper, which is adorable, by the way. I just want to.
Oh yeah, Esper is a pretty cute Pokemon. Meowstic kind of looks like it's not the final evolution, in my opinion. It kind of looks like a middle evolution.
I kind of thought it does look like the final evolution. They look like a French family. Like the wife has like a little French beret, the male has that wicked hairstyle, and then they have the little child Esper, and they're like, yes, we are the Psychic Cat family. We go around destroying lives because our Esper is a demon child. Remember when Esper, that was the whole meme about it? It was a demon
It was
cat.
a demon because of its wide eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prankster is pretty cool ability. I don't know if it gets much that it can make really good use out of Prankster.
And now that dark types are immune to Prankster.
Yeah, man, that is such a... I kind of don't like the fact that dark types are immune to Prankster.
I mean, it makes sense, though. Like,
It does.
every other stat is getting, like, a boost. And dark types are, like, known for being pranksters.
Yeah.
So they would be immune to their own shenanigans.
Yeah, I guess that sort of makes sense.
Is it
But
overpowered?
man, that got a big nerf.
Only situationally.
Yeah, only if you have a Pokemon with Prankster, really.
Yeah.
Let's see, Trick, Barrier, Assist, Yawn are its breeding moves. Whoopee. Trick's pretty good move, but I don't know why I would give it. Otherwise, I don't know why I'd give it really like a Choice Specs or a Choice Scarf, because neither of its stats. Choice Scarf, like, it's got really high speed, but its offensive stats on their own aren't quite enough for me to really want to risk being locked into Choice Scarf or
Yeah.
Choice Specs.
The female Meowstic, does learn Charge Beam, which
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah, a good. You could probably get like a good Assault Vest Charge Beam set out of that.
Assault Vest, Charge Beam, Stored Power combo.
Oh yeah, that'd be really good.
Next, top favorite cat Pokemon. Incineroar. Because it's a tiger.
I know it counts. Yes, it technically counts.
I'd
I'd pick Delcatty.
Luxray.
I'd pick Delcatty over
Would
Meowstic.
you?
Yes.
Okay, no. Delcatty's like bottom for
It's
me.
more gimmicky. So it's got at least that going for it. Meowstic is only semi-gimmicky with its different abilities based on gender.
I think Meowstic's like straight up in the middle for my cat Pokemon. There's a lot of cat Pokemon.
There are quite a few cat Pokemon.
If we're including big cat Pokemon as well.
But even as far as like psychic types go, like Meowstic's not that.
No.
You know, like pretty much everything it does, other Pokemon can do it better. Reuniclus, even like Hypnos, if you want to go for like a bulkier Pokemon.
But Hypnos slow though, is its thing.
Yeah, but like bulk over because like for psychic types, like Meowstic is sort of fast, but it's not that.
Like if you're
fast.
gonna use the female Meowstic, use an Espeon.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Espeon is pretty much Meowstic but better.
If you're gonna use the male Meowstic, use I don't know.
Are there any
Chimeco?
Actually, yeah, and Chimeco is really
Klefki.
Are there any other psychic types that get Prankster?
Working using the magical thing that is
The internet.
The internet. Prankster. Oh, Meowstic's the only male Pokemon, the only psychic Pokemon that can learn Prankster.
That can have Prankster's ability.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. You know, I mean, it's gonna be a hard ability to get because you pretty much have to go through 6th generation, I think, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess.
So basically, if you want to use the male Meowstic, just use Klefki.
Yeah, I mean,
very similar.
I think as far as like lower tiered Pokemon go, like really lower tier Pokemon go, you could probably do a lot worse, but than Meowstic in either form.
Oh yeah, Volbeat and Illumise both have Prankster, and I hate them with a passion. By the way, if we get Volbeat or Illumise, just skip it.
No, I want to.
Let me have one good Pokemon before I get either Volbeat or Illumise.
Hey, look at the bright side. At least we're getting all of the lackluster Pokemon out of the way now.
That's the boring thing, though. I want to spread them out. I want to have one good Pokemon. One competitive, heavy physical attacker that I have raced like dozens of times. It's not going to happen, though.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You might get...
You know what? Let's do an experiment. 73.
I'm gonna shuffle these later, you know.
Yeah, I know, but just
73.
Indulge me.
Machamp.
Okay. Well, you're gonna see, and you're gonna shuffle them later, so yeah. It won't bother memorizing 73, and then I'm gonna pick. Let me see. From this one, next time I'm gonna pick Liepard.
I will laugh so hard if you end up picking Liepard next time. I think that's it for Meowstic. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's a boring
It's French
Pokemon.
and cute.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Remembered, I do have one. We talked about it for a second. I named it Fru because, I don't know, it sounds French. It's a female. It has disarming voice, light screen, covet, and Psyshock. And it's gentle. Like a French lady.
You should put that. You should bring that to the VGC.
I should. I'm sure I would kick so much ass with it.
Probably. That covet, man. That light screen covet combination.
Especially with, as the game calls it, a pretty good special attack and speed.
not even very good. Just pretty good. That's better than decent. That's better than decent.
That's true.
Decent is just a nice way of saying complete. This is garbage.
But the game doesn't want you to feel bad. So.
Exactly. Nick, for our final segment today, you wanted to talk about
Magikarp Jump.
Magikarp Jump. Now, I don't know anything about this game. This just popped up on my Facebook feed from Nick, mostly posting pictures of himself playing it like a week ago.
Oh yeah,
because I don't know anything about it. Even
bonuses for posting online. So
of course you do.
Grabbing those bonuses.
So what is this game?
So Magikarp Jump is set in a land where they don't battle with Pokemon. Rather, they just all have different Magikarps, and they compete with each other to see how high each of them can jump.
Is that the whole premise of the game?
Yeah, pretty much. So the highest my Magikarp has jumped is about, 100 meters, I think.
That seems pretty high.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty high. But I'm only in the 4th league, I think, out of 8.
Huh.
So there's some pretty tough Magikarp trainers out there. And what's great is that they all come in different patterns. So this one, for example, I know as a podcast, our listeners really appreciate visuals.
Yeah, visual mediums.
It's a Calico pattern. And his name is Million Carp, because his bonus is that it doubles the money I get. So you get money, you get berries, you train it by having it hit itself against a tree a bunch of times.
That sounds hilarious.
They can die, like if you try and reach for a citrus tree, Pidgeotto will just fly up and grab it. Or Voltorb will explode when you thought it was treasure. So yeah, it's just a nice little time waster. You can check on it periodically.
Sounds adorable.
Yeah, and it's free. And the problem with a lot of free things is that they have the, hey, if you pay us $5 in real cash, we'll give you like 100 diamonds. But with Magikarp Jump, the diamonds come really easily. Like, you get an opportunity to get them almost every time you play. So I've already got the most expensive, quote-unquote, diamond thing, which is Charizard, for 600 diamonds, and I've only been playing for, like, 3 days. So, yeah.
So, you would recommend the game?
I would recommend the game.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 3.5 Voltorbs.
You gave the Magikarp jumping game a higher score than you gave any of the other episodes we reviewed.
Yeah, it's brought me more joy than those episodes.
It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah. So if you have an iPhone, and I think it's out for Android, get those.
Nice.
Get it.
Nice.
Also, one of the funnier things is that you can fail if your Everstone breaks, so it evolves into a Gyarados. You have to just release it immediately.
Ha!
Because you can't have a Gyarados compete in the Magikarp Jumping League.
That's fair, yeah, that it would win.
That would be insanity.
It's part flying, it would win.
But, yeah.
Alright. Is there anything else, Nick?
No, that's it.
That was a short and sweet 6th segment this week. Nice. This is probably our shortest podcast we've had in a good while.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good to have a short one every once in a while.
It is. Alright, well, if that's everything...
that is everything. Just
awesome.
Remember that if I know that you're being a little shit out there, I will inflate my head and become an Oni, and I will tell you to shut up, you brat! That's all I have to say.
Sorry about your ears, listeners. And forced in editing.
You should know better at this point, folks. About me and my
loudness.
Going away segment. But I love you. And thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.